I'm so excited to be leading you through a perspective shift today around money. This is one of my favorite exercises because what we'll get to do is take a tour of your brain. You're going to get to see a couple different perspectives on how you think about or experience money, how money experiences you, and we're going to do some release work really quickly. So you're going to feel a lot lighter by the end of this exercise. So what I'd like you to do first is find yourself in a place that's comfortable, that's relaxed, where you won't be disturbed for a few minutes. This exercise is going to take us about 10 minutes, so just give yourself permission to be fully present for those few minutes. And as you do this, you may want to close your eyes. In this particular exercise, it's okay if you prefer to leave your eyes open. I suspect if you start with your eyes open at some point, you'll get more and more comfortable and you'll choose to close them. So let yourself take a few breaths and just get comfortable. You're going to find through all of the exercises we do, we always come back to breath. That's the place where we connect deeply into ourselves and we receive. So just let yourself arrive in this moment. And in this exercise, we're going to imagine money is in a chair across from us, as if we're sitting at a cafe with a good friend, or maybe not such a good friend, but just across from another seat. And what I'd like you to do is begin to allow the energy of money, the feeling of money, to arrive in that seat across from you. Just give it a second. And I know for some of you, this may be a new experience or a new exercise, and you may have some part of you that says, I don't know if I'm doing it right. I don't know if the right thing is showing up. Whatever shows up for you in that space is the right thing for right now. So simply allow that to show up. And as it shows up, begin to notice, what does money look like? It may have a color, it may have a feel, but just start to see across from you, is it big? Is it small? Does it have a color? Does it have a shape? Does it look friendly? So just give yourself a visual perception over here. Once you can see it, you might begin to notice how you feel when you look at money. So are you happy? Are you sad? Are you confused? Any of these emotions are fine. Don't worry if this is not what you'd like it to be. It will shift as we move through this exercise. Right now, we're just taking your temperature. Now I want you to notice how far away you are from money. Is it close by? Is it right next to you? And does that make you comfortable? And then finally, I want you to notice what money is thinking about you. What thoughts are running through its head? And I know you're projecting into money to see like, what do I think it's saying about me? This is not what you're saying about it. Just what do you think it's saying about you? And all we're gonna do here is take a little snapshot of what that experience is in your mind. And then I'm gonna ask you to do something that's a little wacky. We're just gonna shake. And you're gonna notice throughout these exercises, we often shake because it resets the brain. It just lets us have a new connection. Now we're going to do something a little different. You're going to imagine the energy of money in that chair across from you. And if we were sitting in a room with two chairs, I'd actually ask you to get up now and go sit in that other chair, allowing yourself to step into the energy of money. This time, instead of looking at money, you're going to become money. Now we have these great things called mirror neurons that allow us to drop into the experience of really anything. So you'll actually be able to do this with money, even if you think, oh, I've never done that before. I'm not quite sure what you mean. You're just gonna let yourself step into the energy of money, sit down into it, and begin to feel what it feels like to experience money. Just breathe into this place. Now, this may be a very different experience than it was when we first looked across at money. So you're going to let yourself simply notice what it feels like to be in the energy of money. What's the main emotion that's running for you? And then I want you to notice from the perspective of money, how money feels about you. It's looking over at you and what's running through its head. Does it have a different experience of you? Does it want to be near you? Is it curious about why you've kept it away for so long? Just notice whatever the experience money is having, and notice the distance between you. Now, for most people in this exercise, money is actually going to feel pretty neutral. It's going to feel like a clean energy. If it doesn't, there's something really interesting that's going on. Most of us learn about money through our parents. So sometimes we actually conflate or combine the experience of money in one of our parents or our grandparents. So we're going to do a little bit of clearing here to adjust that experience so you can actually have a cleaner experience of money. Now, this is really simple. If in any way money is not feeling clean, it's not feeling neutral, if it's feeling confused, unhappy, if it's angry, if it's any kind of energy that's emotional, then I want you to simply give that emotion a color. You don't even have to give it a name. You can if you're able, but just give it a color. And you're going to begin to gather that color all together in a little ball in front of you. And the beautiful thing about energy, the beautiful thing about imagination, is that as soon as we begin to gather this energy together, the rest of it can just come along for the ride. So you'll notice this ball can just get bigger and bigger till all of that energy is right here in this little ball. And take a moment to do this. And you might even just scan through your whole body to notice if there's any remaining, and if there is, bring it right back to that center point. Take a little breath here, noticing what it feels like to hold this energy. And you're simply going to imagine there's a chair to your left, and in that chair to your left, we'll call this the chair of the ancestors. It simply means the chair of your family members that you gathered this from. And we're going to return this energy to that family member. And you don't even need to know who this family member is. So you're gonna hand it over, and it really does help. I'm using my hands on purpose. It helps for a lot of us, even if you don't think you're holding anything, to give that energy back to the person who you received it from. And as you do this, you're simply going to say, this is your pain. It doesn't belong to me, so I'm returning it to you now. This isn't my pain. This is yours. So I'm returning it to you now. You can release and imagine yourself bowing with your hands at your side, a symbol of great release and respect. Take a breath and come back to yourself, into the energy of money, and notice if that's shifted now. Chances are you're going to actually be back to a place of neutral, clean energy. And if there's anything emotional still running, you can repeat this little process. You can pause and do that for just a moment. For the rest of us, we'll go ahead taking this new information, this new experience of clean money, of neutral money, probably money that wants to be with us and connect with us. We're going to step back into our own experience, bringing with us that new information. And breathe. And take a few breaths here to allow that to integrate. And notice what it feels like to have money that's neutral, the experience of money that is clean and easy, be part of your experience now. Take a few more breaths and then return to the room. And I'll invite you to, when you're ready, stand up and take a short walk. This can be 5-10 minutes. It can be around your living room or outside. You're walking so that we get a little bit of bilateral integration, which is your left and right brain hemispheres talking to each other. So this new information just integrates a little bit more. And after your walk, come back to your journal and just write a few notes about what you experienced in this exercise as money shifted, changed, and became lighter for you. You did great work today. I know that money is already becoming lighter and easier for you, and I look forward to this continued journey with you.